Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today. Today I'm going to show you guys some brand new books I just got in for me. And I know usually on this channel it is more of if it shows any kind of curriculum or something, it's for the boys, but these are books for us mamas and I'm so excited to share them with you guys. Then I'm also going to share with you what books I just got done reading in the past 6 to 12 months or so, just in case any of them just really stick out to you and you're just like, man, I really want to try that out. I want to read it. So I thought first I'm going to go through and tell you guys the ones that I have read and a little bit about them and what I thought about it. And then I will show you guys the new stuff. Sound good? So if you're new to this channel is a little bit of a mix of family life, homeschool life, and our family living life overseas. So if that sounds good to you, I would love to have you subscribe to our channel and also give this video a thumbs up. Thanks so much, guys. So it is a hot day here in Haiti. Oh, it's starting to lose the winter coolness where we loved the, mid 80 degrees days, and now they're in the 90s, and yeah, it's a little hot. But anyways, before I show you guys the books that I got, I just have to show you this cute bag I picked up yesterday. It's my first bag I've gotten here in Haiti, and it has these little, I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, that hook around each of these little buttons. There's 3 buttons. And then the bottom is real nice and flat and has that reinforced bottom. So I'm super excited for this. I can see that being used for many things. But anyways, enough with that side note. All right, so here are the books that I've read in the past year that have meant a lot to me, touched my heart, helped me in some way, and I hope they do you too as well. This is a big, thick guide. Don't let it scare you because you just read 1 page a day, or technically 2. It is by Charles Spurgeon. It's called Morning and Evening. Guys, this has been such a blessing, especially on the mornings where I wake up and for whatever reason life has thrown at me, I won't be able to do my reading time until later in the day, or even those days that it happens not at all. And so it's such a blessing to have this. And so whatever the setup is you have a morning of that date. So you literally, if you've skipped a few days and you come back to it, just go to the day that it's on. And you have a morning passage that you read and then an evening passage that you read. And these are all words from the famous theologian Charles Spurgeon. If you don't know anything about him, Google him. He's pretty awesome. This has been a big blessing to my heart. Not only are his words so full of wisdom and just leading you back to Jesus, but I love the way that he writes this as well. And so I think this would be really encouraging. All right, the next one is, oh man, guys, this is so good. And I would say even if you have daughters, this is still going to be so encouraging to your heart. It's called Devoted, Great Men and Their Godly Moms by Tim Challies. And so it's a very thin book. I mean, you can read this in a couple days. Very simple. And it has, I will tell you all of the men that it does. So it's technically, you would think to encourage a mama of boys, which I am a mama of 3 boys. But really, like I said, it can help mamas of, female and male. So there is John Newton, Hudson Taylor, J. Grisham Machen, I might be saying some of these wrong, Christopher Yuan, William Borden, Charles Hodge, John Piper, Charles Spurgeon, Augustine, D.L. Moody, and Timothy from the Bible. So I knew a lot of the big name ones like John Piper and Charles Spurgeon, Augustine, Moody, obviously Timothy, and Hudson Taylor, but some of the other ones I didn't know, but man, their stories were so amazing. So pretty much what it is you get to learn their mama stories. You get to learn maybe what was behind them growing up to be men of faith. So many times it came back to this. It came back to their mamas were on their knees in prayer for them and did not give up on them. And it was just really cool to see a lot of their stories. Okay, so this next one is by Matt Chandler. He's a pastor, I believe, in Texas. And it says, Take Heart. And the gist of this is another nice, short, easy read that is just saying, hey, we are now in the age that is not the church age. This is the age of unbelief. This is the age that is completely different than what our parents and our grandparents and previous generations have had to grow up with. So how do we attack this? How do we look at this as the church, as believers in Christ? What do we do? And this was really good, very encouraging. Another one I read, the next couple of these are going to be great, especially at homeschool related. Homeschool Bravely. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have check this one out already. If not, it's again another short, easy read. So for us busy mamas, it's nice. And so I love it. Each little part has a cute little page and quote like that. But it talks about the fear, the struggle, and then the solution. And so this was just a really good, encouraging read for my heart. And I think it's great for any mama because we go through different times of different seasons with homeschooling. And this is just a really good book in general to help you with that, encourage you with that. And so I definitely recommend this one. So I would say probably one of my favorite books I've read so far on homeschooling or in the homeschooling realm is this one, The Call of the Wild and Free, Reclaiming Wonder in Your Child's Education. And I believe even for those of you that love more of a traditional approach, you're still going to get stuff out of this. But especially if you are going away a little bit from the traditional approach and you're wanting to really find what things grab your kids' wonder and their passions and help them grow their love of learning and maybe trying things out of the box and things that aren't so stressful or burnt out and stuff like that. This book is for you. And another thing that I love besides the obvious content is they have really nice pages and really nice pictures. And so I'm just like a weird person like that like that kind of stuff grabs me. So I can't recommend this enough. All right, another one I can't recommend enough is Risen Motherhood. I heard a lot about this from many of you on here and Instagram. And so they all have a podcast too, in case you guys don't know about that. It's the Risen Motherhood podcast, but they also came out with this book. And I would say what I loved about this book compared to a lot of mommy books or even a lot of mommy Christian books is this brought it back to Jesus in a deeper way than I think most mommy books I've read. So it first says, why does the gospel matter in motherhood? And then part 2 is gospel hope for the everyday moments of motherhood. Amen, right? We need that. And then how do I learn to apply the gospel in motherhood? And so I love this. It talks about heart attitudes, transitions, marriages, mundane moments, birth experiences, postpartum body image, food choices, relationships, traditions, Christian community, service, self-care, children with differences, schooling choices, you name it. But everything centers around bringing back about what you do with your family to the gospel. And it is so good, guys. All right, so these are a couple non-homeschool, non-faith, whatever books. But if you are on a journey of trying to get healthy or having any kind of health issues at all, I highly recommend you check out these two guys. They also have awesome YouTube videos, but they wrote amazing books. And these are two of my favorite books by them. Dirty Genes by Dr. Ben Lynch, and then Eat Dirt by Dr. Josh Axe. Highly recommend these. I've learned so much from these guys. All right, the last one that I have read this past year that I just want to tell you guys about before I get to the new ones is Grace Laced by Ruth Chow. Is it Simmons? Not for sure, but I love her. So this is, I love following her on Instagram. She is an amazing artist, guys, if you haven't heard of her yet. And so she literally paints everything you see in this book. But she gives these beautiful little, I don't know if I would call them devotions. Just, yeah, I mean, maybe little lighthearted devotions that are different from other things I've done. They're really just nice and uplifting and encouraging. And it's different than other things I've done. And I really, really loved going through this. It's very artsy as well. So those are the books I read this past year, and I hope that you guys check out some of them. And if you do, or if you have read some of them and you have thoughts on them, I would love to hear which ones did you like or not like. Tell me in the comments below. All right, let's get to the good part, the new stuff. So this is the stack of new books. Whoa. So I know you guys probably saw the top one and you're like, that's nothing new. We know the Jesus Storybook Bible, but look closely. So as you guys know, we are in Haiti and I am learning Creole. And I would say I'm at a toddler stage in the language right now. And so I thought this will be great. So the other night I'm literally reading to my husband and he's helping me work through it. And so I loved this so much when my boys especially were littler. And so I was like, I am going to get this and I'm going to learn it in Creole. So I'm really excited. Another thing that is technically a non-book thing, or a non whatever you would think of, is this. I've always wanted one of these, like this nice leather, old school looking journal. And so I thought, I've looked back at past journal entries and past journals, seeing what God was doing the past several years leading us up to Haiti and all the different things he did in us. And I thought, I want to start one while living life in Haiti and everything that God, man, already in 2 years almost, he's brought us through so much, he's done so much. And I don't want to forget that, right? I want to have those rocks of remembrance that I look back and I see how faithful my God has been. So that is going to be a part of this. By the way, I can link the books below in the comments for you guys with links to find them in case you guys want to get the same thing. All right, guys, I don't know if you have heard of this one, but this has been on my wish list for a while now. And so it finally made its way to my house and I'm so excited. Adventuring Together, How to Create Connections and Make Lasting Memories with Your Kids. So again, I haven't read this yet, but it says, in a world where many voices compete with your kids' attention and hearts, how do we draw them into the joys of relational connection? And so I read the reviews on this and I, kind of looked into it a little bit, and I'm just really excited. Part 1 is how adventures make connections. Part 2 is start the adventures. And then part 3, step into adventures. I'll do this in case you guys want to pause and look at those content page really quick. So I will give you an update when I'm done with this and let you guys know what I think, but I am really excited for this one. All right, 2 more. As you guys know, I'm a mama of 3 boys, and this is one that caught my eyes because of it being a book written by mamas of boys. So it says, Boy Mom, what your son needs most from you. Being a boy mom is loud, beautiful, messy adventure. Some days it feels as if you're raising a creature from another planet. Other times you're left breathless at the wonder of who your son is becoming. So then she goes into how to, I guess, just different questions to help you know how to raise your son well. Obviously, God is the ultimate one we're looking for how to raise our sons well, but I always think it's fun to read little books like this to get some ideas from mamas who have gone before us, maybe a little farther ahead in the game. So, all right, for those of you with boys, I'm going to just run through the content page really fast. What matters most? A connection that lasts, training ground, the beginning of wisdom, secure foundations, aiming high, forces at work, navigating the digital age, inspiring young minds, body-wise, a lot going on, young love, wisdom at work, and ready, set, launch. So the reviews are really good on this one. So again, when I am done with this one, I will let you guys know what I think. All right, last one, guys, and it is the one that on my Facebook page I did a little vote of those 3 and said, which one should I read first? And people were pretty much saying this one, so this is the one I'm reading first. This one's been on my list for the longest time out of the ones I just ordered, and I've had my eye on it for a long time, so I'm so excited to finally have it. Mama Bear Apologetics, empowering your kids to challenge cultural lies. You guys, more than ever, we are finally living in a time period where it isn't like how we grew up. It isn't how our parents grew up. Our kids are going to be constantly forced with questioning and differences in a way that we weren't. They're going to have things shown to them constantly because of online and social media presence and just the way that the world is technology based nowadays that we didn't have to deal with. So how are we going to help prepare their hearts and their minds? And it's not just taking them to Sunday school. It's not just involving them in Awana. It's not just reading a devotion with them every day. We have to get down and dirty with really the most of all praying for our sons and our daughters' salvation and then their walk with the Lord. But I think books like this are going to be so encouraging, where they encourage us with apologetics. We need to teach our kids to be so strong in what they know, so when they come against the different stuff, they're strong, they're firm in their walk with the Lord, and they can answer back. They can say, well, this is why I believe what I believe. So part 1 is Rise Up Mama Bears, calling on mama bears, how to be a mama bear, the discerning mama bear, the linguistic theft. And then part 2 is Lies You've Probably Heard but Didn't Know What They Were Called. God helps those who help themselves. My brain is trustworthy. I'd believe in God if there were any shred of evidence. The truth is there is no truth. You're wrong to tell me that I'm wrong. Follow your heart, it never lies. Just worship something. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. Communism failed because nobody did it right. The future is female, and then Christianity needs a makeover. And then finally, how to take all this information and roar like a mother. So I am really excited. I've already read the first chapter and I'm hooked. I told Jim, I feel like even dads need to read this. It's just going to be so great into giving us more ammo, more tools to know how to take God's word and have these moments with our children to prepare them for what they're going to be facing in the world. So I will let you guys know once I'm done with it. Okay guys, that was it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If there's any that you have read and you love, I want to hear about it. If there's any that you haven't read and now you want to add it to your Amazon wish list, I would love to hear it. Put it down in the comments and I will let you guys know after I get those 3 new reads done what I think about them. Hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.